Okay, hey guys, welcome to another White Forest deck profile. I haven't made a deck profile on this version of the deck in a long time, and I thought, you know what, I really like this version, and honestly, compared to the Azamina version, I just find this version to be a lot more fun to play. It focuses a lot more on like the play style of playing with your cards that send spells and traps to the grave to summon them, and synchro climbing instead of basically what's just now kind of like a what is it, Diabell Star Vengeance Turbo essentially, which they're cool cards and I still love those cards too, but I just find this version a lot more fun to play. And once there's a new ban list that comes out, hopefully decks like Malice and Mitsu Raizul are going to be hit enough to the point where potentially Droll and Droll and Lancia, that's it, are kind of, you know, put to the side a bit more. And yeah, so I took this deck to locals today. I went undefeated. I got 2 wins and 1 draw. And I could have won that draw in time, but I made a misplay on well, basically it got to time, and he had a Holy Sue on field, and I had a way to out it, and I completely forgot about it, and so I couldn't use Hugin to gain life points in time, so it was a draw. But anyway, it was funny. But anyway, 3 LZ, still the mainstay of this deck. This card hasn't really been running this deck since White Forest Runick was like a thing. This is actually a really good card in this deck because we can summon it off of Woes, which is another good way to get more advantage, and it's also capable of making Ilia Sylvia, and I can maybe show, like, make another video on like test hands and combo lines with this version of the deck now that we have this to play with. Yeah, I think it's a solid card, and also just a really good card to just, you know, synchro climb with your tuners. And now we have the tuners, 3 Sylvie. Finally got a super. It deserved more, but at least we have supers now. 2 Rusia, because these are your normal summons. This is obviously the worst one because it's, you know, just a draw and doesn't search you anything, but it's also an extender too, which is nice. I don't really want to bump this down because basically any Runick name or any Runick and a level 4 tuner can get you a lot in this deck. So if you have to normal this, that's, you know, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, so those are the monsters. Was it 9 monsters, I think? I'll put this over here. Then for the White Forest spells, just 1 Tails, 1 Scourge. This is a mainstay in the Runick version. Never want to cut this from this version of the deck. Just the negate is so good. And because we're playing Azamina LZ, I'm playing this card, which I would have never played in any other version of this deck ever. It's just so not good in any other version of this deck. But as a target to search off of it, what it does is it targets an illusion or spellcaster, return that to the hand or extra deck, then special summon a illusion or spellcaster from the grave. And it also has the added synergy of being able to be discarded when it's discarded to activate a monster effect to be able to reset it, which is nice. So it works well with our Hugin search for Fountain as well. This is really cool because what you can do is you can go up into Diabell with your normal play and summon Diabell, Chainlink 1, Azamina LZ to search this, Chainlink 2, Diabell, add something back. Then you can use a level 4 tuner, put back the RCL engrave to summon it out, then use this to target the your tuner, your Sylvie, add it back to your hand so you have follow-up, and then reborn the Azamina LZ, then use the Azamina LZ effect to hard make the Ilia Sylvia with the Sylvie you just bounced back. So you end on an Omni Negate as well. So it's really nice. Also, something you can do is with Silvera Engrave, you can just reborn that to get another Book of Eclipse. I did that once today. And also, just as follow-up, it's insane because you can just essentially just reborn like a Sylvie, put something back. I did one play where I added the Sylvie back to my hand and then reborned the Azumina LZ, and I could just normal summon the Sylvie again, and there's just Synchro Climb again as my follow-up for my next turn, which was really, really good. So, you know, it is another card that doesn't do anything on its own, but it's really good. And then 2 Woes. This is a more grindy deck, so I like cards to grind with, and these are really good. These were the 3 cards that you normally have that are like your interruption pieces. We played 3 Woes in this deck, then this came out, then we dropped 1 for this so we could diversify our interruptions. Very happy with that. Then Runick stuff, it's fairly standard. 2 Fountain, 3 Runick Tip, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Flashing Fire, 3 Destruction, 3 Slumber, 1 Dispelling, and 1 Smiting Storm. That's 17. Can I get the glare out? Probably not. But yeah, 17 Runick names, not including the fountains, obviously. Just need as much cards to combo with as possible. Then for non-engine, 1 Triple Tactics, 3 Droplet, and 3 Evenly. This card actually went really hard against Vanquish Soul today. It's, I think, honestly, it's not going to be a bad card in, I think, the upcoming format. Trying to think. Against Yummy, potentially not, but actually, you know, I'm not sure because like one thing, I played against the Malice opponent today, and one thing I did is just go Battle Phase, Tip, search a Flashing Fire. I popped or attempted to pop their allied code and then just went evenly. And so, you know, the fact that we have like the Runick cards to play around the specific cards that can like negate our evenlies, I think is pretty decent. I didn't play any Ryzeal. I feel like this card wouldn't be as great against Ryzeal because they can just like, you know, bring all their stuff back essentially. But yeah, so that's the list. 40 cards, I believe. Extra deck still. The main 3, Diabell, Arceala, and Silvera. Absolutely insane. Then Coral Dragon and Tri-Edge. I think these are also standard for the Runick version. Just cards that let you draw and Synchro Climb. This one, I probably Synchro Climbing into a Chengying. This one probably into a Diabell. And then I am back on Zapper Shrimp. There's nothing really that you can make that you really want to make a level 12 with in this version of the deck, so I'm not playing Poplar. I just don't think it makes as much sense. I'm gonna think about like toying around with it, seeing if there's some utility to it, but right now I think this is just better because on summon it's also an interruption for a spell trap, and it just lets us go into our Changing on our opponent's turn if we so choose, which is a really strong card. This card like closed out games today like crazy. Then for Runick's, 3 Hugin, 1 Munin, and 1 Gary. Yeah, I don't ever want to not play this. This is like the number of times people like, I mean, not even necessarily purposefully, but people who play slow, I get to a point where it's like I kind of need a win condition in time, and that's what that allows me to do. And also, honestly, it's not like a half bad board piece because it is targeting protection too. So, but yeah, 3 Hugin, don't really want to cut down on that because it's, you know, your best extender. 1 Ilya Sylvia, I got my ulti today. Pretty nice. We can make this now. It's not the most common card that I'm summoning from my extra deck, but the fact that we can now add an Omni Negate to our end board is really strong. And we can keep bringing this back out with the Sinful Spoil spell. We can bring it also back out with what's it called? Scourge. You can like tribute a White Force Synchro, and then if you've already used this, you can, because this is an illusion, you can reborn this. So it's actually kind of nutty. They won Baguska because just, you know, we're a grindy deck. We need grindy cards, and SP Little Knight because this card is crazy in Runick. You can just summon any Runick and just have your, you know, extra deck monster for the effect to banish something, which is kind of crazy. The extra deck's the side deck's kind of like what's up in the air right now. It's going to be format dependent. I am playing 3 Fulos because there are some decks where it's like, okay, if you just let them play, they're going to get too much that, you know, maybe a Droplet or an Evenly just can't deal with. So I feel like probably it's best to run these 3 land sages against Malice, 1 Feather Duster and 1 Lightning Storm, again just to break boards. You know, I don't really need one card to do everything for me in my side deck or in my deck in general, but this is just a really strong piece to wipe out like one part of my opponent's board. I'm also playing 3 XYZ Encore just for Ryzeal. I don't really want to play this. I'd rather play a more generic card, but with how strong their boards are, I think, you know, a card that I know for a fact I can just get rid of their detonator, and potentially if they don't have another Ryzeal monster on board, not have to deal with their cross negate either. It's, you know, I feel like right now I just kind of have to. Hopefully after a ban list, that'll be dealt with. And then the last 4 cards: Skill Drain, Black Goats, and 2 Foolish Burial Goods. So this is a nice little package because basically I get to play 3 of a card without actually needing to play 3. So Foolish Burial Goods going first can send Skill Drain, and then I can add Skill Drain back to my hand with Diabel. So it's kind of a way to search it. You can also send a Runick name you specifically want. On the odd occasion, if I really need it, I've used it to send like a Runick tip to get that and play and gain advantage that way, which is really nice. Going second, you can also put in Black Goat Laughs and use this as kind of like a board breaker. You can send the Black Goats and then turn off like a detonator, or any other end board piece that your opponent might have. So it's pretty nice. No other floodgates. Last time I played this, I also had Tikaboo, but or there can be only one if you don't know what Tikaboo is. But yeah, that was mainly for what's it called, Tempai, and yeah, we don't have to really worry about Tempai right now. So yeah, so that's the list. I had a lot of fun playing it. I forgot how much I like really enjoyed playing this version of the deck. It was really, really fun, and I did really well with it too, and it felt good to play, and it felt, you know, it was very grindy. It was, you know, something where a lot of my games went to time, especially against like the Vanquish Soul opponent. You know, those are both 2 very grindy decks. They both gain a lot of advantage and can play for a decent amount of time. So, you know, it is what it is there. But, you know, I had a lot of fun with this deck, and I think given a solid ban list, this version of the deck could actually be really, really strong in the upcoming format. And ideally, this is the version of the deck I would like to play. I still have all the other Azumina cards. I still have everything. I'm not, you know, completely throwing that away, but a deck that I think is just very heavily, you know, heavily focused around not getting drolled. Even though this deck is, you know, droll still hurts this, you have a lot more things you can do in like draw phase. You can like tip search, you can use any of your Runick names to summon a Hugin and search for Fountain in the draw phase. You know, there's a lot of things you can do to play around it, and it's a more like grindy version of the deck too. So yeah, so I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the profile, and definitely keep a lookout for any future videos I do on this deck. And so yeah, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, any, you know, suggestions, and I'll, you know, always am down to talk about it. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.